Uncle Philly, did you get silly with Big Philly? Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. I tried to put a wee bit of a twist at the end there of Philly, but then I realised actually he is Uncle Philly and Vito is Vito, and there's nothing silly about Vito. Well, I'll tell you what, there is a few things silly about Vito, folks. He should never, and I mean never, in a million years, have went to the gay bar in Yonkers. He should never have done that. That put him in the public eye, and that also put him in the crossfires, right? Couldn't put him in the crosshairs. And it basically brought up this situation. Of course, we know that Phil Leotardo, he emerged from the closet. He and Fat Dom and another unnamed New York associate rammed a pool cue the whole way up Vito's fat ass. So the question here is, was Phil wrong for killing Vito? We have got three options, and we're going to begin in last spot. Yes, he didn't deserve to die. So a quarter of people voting on this poll think Phil was wrong for killing Vito. But the reason they think he was wrong was because Vito didn't deserve to die. Now, we already put it up for a poll, and, it doesn't matter what way we word it and what way we spin it. People just seem to think that Vito deserved to die. And you know what? It's more because he's in the mob. I don't think anyone's truly voting on these polls due to his acts in New Hampshire, his acts in the construction site, and also his acts in the gay bar. I think people are just voting on it because it's just the mob life at the end of the day. You can't really get away with this, especially being so open about it. It's a risk that Vito knew. I still don't understand why they're so alright with the stuff in prison, because there's no women allowed in there. I mean, yeah, you know what I mean? Tony Soprano, man caught away from with a short time. Melfi. Is he actually ever called her Dr. Melfi? Melfi? Has he actually ever called her Melfi? The more I think of it, I don't think he has. Which is pretty funny, to say the least. Yeah, which is pretty good. But yeah, we'll move on. Second spot. Yes, he should have let Tony handle it. So I'm actually surprised that this was second spot on the list. So people think Phil was wrong, not for killing Vito, but for not letting Tony handle it. Now, Tony said he was going to handle it. I mean, we never see Tony's hand never got completely pushed. He did meet with Sil outside the Bing. Is like, Vito's got to go. It's not worth butting heads on with New York on this situation. So here, we can do it all we want, but the reality is Vito must go. Vito must be eliminated, and then obviously Phil took that away from Big Tony. But then winning the poll was our last option. No, he had to go. Phil Leotardo with 48% of the poll voting that way. So people are just so hell bent that Vito had to go. It doesn't matter if Phil Leotardo went against Jersey and killed him. He had to go. He had to be stopped at all costs. So yeah, I kind of find that funny. But anyway, what do I think should have happened? I think the 27% in the middle. Like, yeah, Vito doesn't really deserve to die, but it's too much problems, and killing Vito but maintaining good with New York's probably the best case way of doing it. But then Phil stepped on their toes. Right into the comments, we've got Race Trickster 8722 catching, not pitching. Yep, that appears to be the entire gimmick here, that he was catching, not pitching. Yeah, not ideal from Vito. If it was another way about, maybe it would have been sorted, maybe it would have been good, maybe it would have been great. But the reality is, it's all fricking over for Vito. He died, the closet door got opened. It's good night. Till next time, peace.